Hey everyone, it's Nicky Gordon Bloomfield here from Transport Evolved. I thought I would do another stream because I'm waiting for the tyres on our Nissan Leaf to get switched out, and I'm back at the tyre place, so I figured it would be a great chance for me to do another video, catch up, talk about life, the universe and everything, and EVs, and obviously the news from Tesla yesterday. I know a lot of people had some issues there with Tesla. I'm just trying to find somewhere that is dark enough so I can switch my glasses and then I can read the comments as they come up. So I'm hoping that we can do that. Let me see if I can see the chat stream. Live chat messages, yeah. So hopefully if you've got any comments, questions, you can send them my way. I hope the connection is good enough. Hello, Pascal. I hope everyone is well today. Let me switch out to my other glasses and then you'll be able to see me better and I will be able to see you, or rather I will be able to see me and you better. 1 second. I have a 2018 Leaf on order. Did I make a huge mistake? No, you didn't. It's great car. Hello, where am I? I am in Portland, Oregon. I'm in Hillsboro, actually, or Tannersbourne. We're just switching out the tyres on my wife's car. If you watched the channel earlier this week, you'll know that. I'll answer that date format question in a second. If you watched the video earlier this week, you'll know that we had the tyres on the Bolt switched out, and so it's now time to get the Leaf tyres switched out. Hey girl, really love your show, all the way from Jamaica. Hello. Why am I using an American date format? Well, the majority of my audience, like it or not, are in the United States. So it's just the way that's, geez, that's a lot of money in tyres. Yeah, it's been about $1,000. We spent about $1,000 this year on winter tyres. Of our own money, my own cold hard cash. Hi from Stockport, UK. Low rolling resistance winter tyres. Yes, the Nokian Hakkapeliitta R2s. I think they're brilliant. When do you think electric cars will be normal to own? Greetings from Paraguay box. I think they are already that way. Here comes my Nissan Leaf. My wife's Nissan Leaf is right there. It's about to go and get its tyres switched over, so we will do that. But I'm English, yes I am. But when in Rome. Hello from Porto, Portugal. Hello. Sorry about that. 100,000 for 2 cars is a lot now. Where do you people live? We live in Portland, Oregon. Getting tyres, winter tyres is not necessarily something we have to do, but it certainly improves the grip in the winter. We have to go over some country lanes because we're outside of Portland proper, and we find it really does make a big difference in terms of performance in the winter. Also, we like to go up Mount Hood. Mount Hood is, they've already had, I think, 2 feet of snow this winter already, and while the roads get ploughed, you are expected to carry traction tyres and use them, or traction devices and use them, and I hate putting chains on, so that's the car. See the Ecotricity, the British Ecotricity logo, so we're putting that on. Put another shilling in. Yes, basically I turned the car on, or rather the tyre guys turned the car on, and that caused my phone to connect with my wife's car. When do you want to come and visit Porto, Portugal? I don't know. It would be lovely, but we'll have to see. So, you can see here at the tyre place, they've got quite a lot of winter tyres coming in now. These are all winter tyres here, you can see. These are all winter tyres, and you can tell they're winter tyres because they've got those little wavy lines to the grip. These are all winter tyres. This is all their winter tyre stock. It's phenomenal. So you can just see how many winter tyres people are ordering at the moment. These are all winter tyres here. They're all studless winter tyres. Huge numbers. I mean, I don't know how many tyres these guys get through in a week, but these are all Michelin X-Ice tyres in here. So these are all winter tyres. These are not the winter tyres I'm getting put on my car. I've got the Hakkapeliitta R2s going on the Nissan Leaf, and we also put the Hakkapeliitta R2s on the Chevrolet Bolt EV. Let's see which ones these are. These are Blizzaks. These are Bridgestone tyres. So competitors to the Michelin and to the Hakkapeliitta. Same thing though, great for winter grip. I've never driven with either of these brand of tyres on my car, so I can't speak for them, but But yeah, winter tyres do improve your winters. Timberline is easy, Mount Hood Meadows is hard. Do I ski? No, I don't. These ones are slightly different because these tyres can be studded, which is great. These are also just so you see which brand they're. These are Nokians here. So these are probably the Nokian Hakkapeliitta R7s, which can be studded, which are another great winter tyre. Hello from Barcelona and Catalan. Hello. So, you know, I've got about 30 minutes until the leaf is done. How is the recovery? The recovery's doing very well. Would you like some gore? This is the gore. It's coming on. It's a bit itchy and owy, but it's, you know, it's recovering pretty well. Just like Quick Fit. Well, I mean, this tyre place is called Discount Tyre. And in fact, several of you reached out to me and went, I know that place, that's where I get my tyres done. And one person actually even did notice and said, hey, that's my local Discount Tyre. So, borrow a Snowcat, great Oregon product. Got one here in Scotland. I see them sometimes. I think that might be overkill for my use to go up. Where do you store my summer tyres? In my garage. We've got a tyre rack, or a regular rack in our garage, and these guys just put them in plastic bags when they're done. We take them home, put them on the rack at the back of the garage. Happy to see that you're recovered. I'm not quite recovered. I'm still quite itchy and owy. I haven't got back into dancing yet. I haven't got back into doing much and kind of running and cycling, but I will do soon, hopefully. So that's a good start. So, Tesla yesterday. Tesla has let people go. I'm not willing to talk about it at great length at the moment because I haven't had a chance to look at the story. I haven't looked at the story. I haven't figured out what's going on with regard to that. I'm going to be very naughty and sit down here. I haven't looked at it, and so I can't tell you really what's going on with Tesla. But as far as I'm aware, Tesla has let anywhere from 100 to 1,000 people, different reports are saying, and again, I haven't been able to corroborate this, so I'm not willing to, proclaim one way or the other what's going on. And as I understand it, they were letting people go who weren't meeting their performance, but at the same point, allegations have been made that a lot of the people who lost their jobs at the factory were people who were trying to unionise. So there could be some investigating that needs to be done there before I can actually say, yes, this was going on. Does it mean Tesla's in trouble? Well, Tesla's spending money very, 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 very quickly, spending an awful lot of money, and letting some people go would be one way of reducing its employment budget and therefore save some money. But at the same point, Tesla needs a lot of sales staff, and it also has a very high reputation that it wants to try and maintain, or at least it has a very high corporate image that it wants to understand. Do you have any opinion about Unit's Swedish city car? I don't know about it. Send me a link. I don't understand why Tesla are so anti-union. Me neither, but they are. Okay, I just dropped my anti-pasty. It's 23:20 here in the UK. Oh dear. Yes, it is. Yes, it is nearly midnight. You should go to bed, and then it'll be tomorrow, and then it'll be better. So yes, thank you for everyone for supporting me this past week. This past week has been bloody awful. For those of you who know, I was in hospital on Monday. I have a family. I have now, unfortunately, we found out this week, we've got 2 close family members who've now got cancer. So one is near the end of their life, and the other one has just been diagnosed. So yeah, quite a lot going on in the Gordon Bloomfield family and in my head right now. So that was the other reason why I didn't make as many posts last week as I'd hoped, but I've already got one in the can for Monday. Obviously I want to record something on Tesla and we'll go from there. Find anything out about those Toyota batteries that recharge in 6 minutes? Not yet, the solid state ones. I can only find out what I have a limitation here with Transport Evolved, and that is me. There's only one of me. And I'm actually in a process at the moment where I'm contemplating turning The office that I rent downtown, getting rid of that, which is $500 a month. I spend $500 a month on a cubicle in downtown Portland, which has a gigabit network connection, somewhere nice where I can do all my editing and is nice and fast, I can meet people, etc, etc. Then what I'm going to do is I'm contemplating renting a commercial facility, probably outside of Portland, somewhere maybe Hillsborough or Beaverton. If you don't know where they are, look on a map, where I can have a roller garage, where I can bring cars in, have a studio space, a filming space. It's all kind of exciting, and I think I can probably find a commercial property that costs less to rent than my current office, but I'll have to spend more on bringing, getting the place ready and all of that. And that's kind of scary, actually, so we'll see. Anyway, what's the mileage on your Bolt? Going okay? Are you enjoying 200 miles of range after so many years of running short-range EVs? I am. They're very good. What about Hood River? I've never actually been up to Hood River, primarily because, for the past 2 years we've lived with limited range, short-range EVs. We've only recently got the Bolt long-range EV, and I have to go down to Grants Pass once or twice a month, which eats up the majority of my range. So actually, I'm not driving this car every day. Try a shared office that bills only for the time used. I would love to, but this is the problem with shared offices. Setting up cameras, setting up the green screen, setting all of that up takes up a lot of time. Setting it up correctly every single time I'm filming takes up a lot of my time. And I want to be in a position where I don't have to film at home at all. I want to be able to get in my car or get on my bicycle, get to the office, go and stand in front of the camera, film when I need to film, edit when I need to edit, and move on. I've also got 2 or 3 people that are really interested in helping me learning how to become editors, learning how to, archive footage, etc, etc. And I can't do that in my current setting. So I need to know if that's something you would all support. I mean, should I even do like a crowdfunding, one-off crowdfunding to try and get to the next step? Because, I'm bringing in, this year I've brought in, this is the first year that Transport Evolved turned a profit. And by that, I think we've probably made about $10,000 this year profit, which has obviously gone to my salary. So I've earned $10,000 salary after all the expenses for the office and the equipment and everything else. And I would like to actually start building the business even more. So after 2 years, we've gone from no profit to a fairly decent, a small living wage, and I'd like to make that bigger. I'd like to grow. So if you've got any ideas about how to do that, let me know. Good morning from Melbourne, Australia. Thanks for all your EV news. We don't have much here in infrastructure. No, we don't. Hello, and also hello from Gloucestershire. That's nice. Congrats. Well, I mean, it's not big yet. And when I come to do my taxes, things like healthcare costs and all of that will probably eliminate a lot of my income. But there we go. Need to go to bed now. Bye-bye. See you soon. Let's see how the tyres are doing on the Leaf. I don't think we've actually got any tyres off yet. In fact, I'm pretty sure they're off, but she's up. She's up on the ramps. Here we go. Look there. She's up on the lift. We'll see in a minute whether she's actually going to be put on. Yes, you can. Toro Bravo. Reach out to me. Why not add your office rent and housing rent together? Bigger home with an office spare room. I would. But again, it's not just a spare room scenario. Getting a green screen space set up properly and filming there properly is what I really need. And I also need a space that's away from home. The reason being that I have quite specific family circumstances, and I need to have distance between my home life and my work life. Keep up the good work, Nikki. Thank you. Best way would probably be to sell time on your videos to EV-related products. Well, yes, I could. We've already got one client, which are the guys in New Zealand, Ecotricity New Zealand, which I think I've talked about before. They pay me to produce videos for them. Toshiba batteries for EVs, do you know anything? No, I don't. I've tried reaching out and not got anything back. This is one of these challenges where a company says something and then they don't say anything else. Hello from Colorado. Do you have separate rims for winter tyres? No, I don't. We get the tyres taken off and then the new tyres put on. Here in Oregon, I wouldn't really bother, and they're also beyond my budget, basically. If we were talking, 2 or 3 years down the line, I had some money, I own my own house, etc., then maybe yes. But these are purely for for stuff. How does Fully Charged do it? They seem to have quite a high budget. Well, Fully Charged is much bigger than we are. So if you look at Fully Charged and then you look at Transport Evolved, they're much bigger. And also Robert comes from TV background, so it's a lot easier for him to bring in money than it is, say, for me. It's just the way it is. And actually, Fully Charged, I think everyone is self-employed. So they do the work. That's the way I would do it. Contacts, understood. Hello from Birmingham, keep up. Hello. Birmingham, hello from Birmingham. I like Birmingham. I haven't been there for a long time. Need to go back and have a damn good curry. All these pickup trucks. How can you make a profit whilst there's so much YouTube defunding going on? Well, it's fairly simple. Transport Evolved, they're going to ask me where the other tyres are. Hang on, I'm going to walk up here and let them know. The other 2 tyres are new! Don't know if they've heard that. 1 second, guys. You've got the other 2 tyres, because you're putting 2 new ones on as well. Someone was looking for the other 2 tyres?
Yeah.
Yeah, so you've got 2 old ones that are going back on, and then there's 2 that should already be here that arrived this midweek. Same tyres, the Hackapalitas. So I don't know where they put them, but they had them on Tuesday or Wednesday when I had my other car done. Thanks. All right. Sorry, I just had to explain that to them because they were looking for 4 tyres and they only found 2. So, someone asked me a question. Right, how can I make a profit when there's so much defunding of YouTube going on? Well, first of all, I try and keep Transport Evolved generally fairly Fully Charged has a 10,000 per month budget. No, I don't think that. Alright, how can you make a profit? So, a lot of the shows on YouTube don't have a clear target audience, whereas 10 really does. Transport Evolved really does. People who watch my show are people who are looking for cars, people who are looking for green products, and so it's very easy for advertisers to target me and do that. Now, if you're interested in funding, I've talked about it before, and I'm trying to be open and honest about this so people know. So, of my monthly budget, it's roughly down the middle split. I get about 1/3 of my budget from Patreon. About 1/3 of my budget comes from advertising that's played in the YouTube videos, which I have no control over. They just play automatically. And then 1/3 from the guys in New Zealand who pay me to make stuff. Will the Volt be getting winter tyres as well? I don't have the Volt. I have a Bolt. The Bolt already has winter tyres. So there we go. Kia, you should know I have a Bolt, not a Volt. Already done. Kia, you were up the mountain yesterday. I saw you beat me up this. I was going to take you up the mountain, but you've already been there. So I don't need to take you up the mountain because you already beat me to it. You even went up there and took photos. I'm kind of jealous. I was going to take Queenie up there and get some photos up on the mountain tomorrow, I think, maybe. Can I ask why you think GM won't build a right-hand drive Bolt for the UK, etc.? One word, profit homologation. There are only a few markets really where the Bolt would sell as far as GM is concerned, and I think it's scared after how badly the Volt, that's with a V, did in the UK and right-hand drive markets. Of course, the thing they don't understand, or they haven't really acknowledged, is that the Volt wasn't really sold hard by GM, and it wasn't really a car that met the needs of the British. Meanwhile, the Chevrolet Bolt, with a B, the Chevrolet Bolt EV was actually designed by a Brit, so there you go. I do get that. Mount Hood versus Brecon Beacons, who wins? I love the Brecon Beacons, they are beautiful, naturally beautiful. I think in terms of sheer size, I think Mount Hood wins, because it's massive. Thanks for the show. Do I know why the Bolt does not have a rear centre headrest? So that the driver can see back more easily. It just helps the driver to see back. And it's not required over here, whereas in Europe it is. And I think if you look, I think the Ampera will have one. I didn't even know the Volt was ever sold in the UK. Oh God, sorry. Look at this. I'm sorry, guys. Look at... Dude, that's beautiful! Wow, look at that. Oh. Ooh. Ooh. Suit you, sir. Ooh. Suit you. I didn't know the Volt was ever sold here. It was. About a few hundred were sold. And guess what? I had one, and no, it was the Ampera was sold in the UK, the Vauxhall Ampera, but also the Chevy Volt was sold. I had one. It was one of about, say, a couple of hundred that was sold. And Johnny Smith has one too. Johnny Smith has an Volt too. I've been up Mount Hood very times. You have a lot of British fans. I am one of them. Very British. Yes, I'm British too. I'm not wearing my I'm sorry I'm British t-shirt because it hasn't arrived yet. But I have a t-shirt coming that says I'm sorry I'm British. Kia, if you're watching, maybe you could put the link to the tweet where I shared it. There's your challenge, because I know you're watching. And you follow enough of all of my social media accounts so you know. Alright, I nearly bought one here in Canada. Did not like the limited room in the back and high price. You see, that's the thing. Yeah, so my character, one of my characters, Queenie Dearheart. Queenie Octavia Christina Dearheart, dear. Pleased to meet you. Yes. She is British and she has a thing that says, I'm sorry, I'm British, yes. Volt, aka Vauxhall's Ampera dealers are shocking, not even the 13 amp plus available at dealers, hence I got a Leaf. Yeah, I mean, this is the thing. We had an Ampera, we were told when we bought the Volt that Vauxhall dealers would look at it, and they didn't. There was only 2 dealers in the whole of the UK that would service our Volt, despite it being mechanically identical to the Ampera, which is just crazy, crazy, crazy. But there we go. Anyway, c'est la vie. Interesting note about the Leaf and the tyres that are going on right now. They're putting the 2 new winter tyres on the back, apparently. That's better for wearing in. I'm not going to argue with them. And then they'll switch it round in a couple of weeks when I drop by and say, hey, can you switch my tyres around? They'll do it for me. So, I need to cut my hair. My hair looks terrible right now. What's up with the Tesla turmoil firings? I don't know. I think you may have missed the beginning of that. I don't know, and I'm not in a position to say because I haven't done enough research yet. So we'll see where we go. I just love your sense of humour. Well, I mean, I'm British. What can you say? And for those who don't know, I'm a fursuiter. I'm a furry. I'm a fursuiter. I've got 2 fursuits that I go out and entertain people with, and one of them is a very, very British border collie. She's very big and she's got lots of hip padding, so she's quite large. And she's a time traveller, she's immortal, and she's terribly British. And she's a send-up of every single lord and lady that I've ever met. Really, that I've ever met. And she is... I love playing her, but I mean, I'd hate to meet her in real life if she ever existed in real life. She's obnoxious. But she's a send-up of every British person I've ever met, so my sense of humour, if you ever want to see what my sense of humour is really like, look at me when I'm playing that character, because I send her up. She doesn't realise she's being funny. She doesn't realise she's funny. She thinks she's being funny, but actually people laugh at her because she's so obnoxious and rude. Anyway, someone asked, front-wheel drive. Yes, the Leaf is a front-wheel drive car, but apparently winter tyres don't like brand new winter tyres. If you've got brand new winter tyres and older winter tyres, you have to let the new tyres on the back for a bit to let them break in, and then you can switch them out. So I'm just gonna let them do what they're gonna do. So that was disgusting. Sorry. Whew. It's not letting me post the link. Oh well. Sorry, Kia. I'll post the link somewhere. Don't worry. Later on. So these are nice tyres. I like stroking tyres. I like the feel. All the knobbly bits. So these are all going to help people grip in the winter. I'm sitting in the Michelin container, and then I think it's I don't know which order they are. The Nokian one's a bit further down. Funnily enough, the day I was getting the winter tyres put on the Bolt, a guy came in a Tesla Model S and had his winter tyres taken off and his summer tyres put on, which was kind of crazy. There we go. So, Just bought my wife a Zoe with incentives and discounts, only €1,800. That's pretty good. I'll send you the link to Telegram to prove I found it. I know you found it. You find everything. You're like my little furry stalker. And I mean that in the nicest possible way. I'm just winding you up now. I'll get a laugh there. So anyway, I mean, the Leaf, the tyres are coming on. Before coming to do this, I was putting roof bars on the Chevrolet Bolt and a roof rack, like bar, and then like a luggage container. And then this afternoon I need to build a little luggage box on the back. So I'm going to really load the thing up and see what the fuel economy is, because I'm going to a convention in a couple of weeks, and we've got to get 4 people in the car, 5 people in the car, plus a load of luggage, plus a load of other things on top of the car and on the back of the car. So that's going to be interesting. We've got to go up to Seattle. So we'll see if the car can do the trip to Seattle on one charge. It should technically be able to, but whether it will or not, I don't know. So that will be interesting to see. See what the wind resistance and everything else, the knock-on effect of all of that extra stuff on top will affect the drag. That's the word I was looking for. Maybe he was going to Florida for the winter. Maybe. I think if you're well enough, if you're wealthy enough, maybe you could do that. Maybe. And the funny thing is, the rest of the UK. Listen to me. The rest of the US is really warm right now. Here it's like 50, 60 degrees, about 20, it's I think maximum of 15 degrees today, 15 or 16 degrees Celsius today. It's going to hit 20 tomorrow. But up on Mount Hood it's well below freezing, or just hovering around freezing. Alright, do you have 100 kilowatt CCS charging in the US? And if so, have you tried charging your Bolt? Good charge rate. So the fastest I've charged my Bolt is 50 kilowatts. There are a couple of 80 kilowatt charging stations around, but I haven't tried using them because they're not, in the area. Honestly, I only ever charge the Bolt up using CCS when I'm going down to Grants Pass, and all of the charging stations on that route are pretty much 24 kilowatts, which is a pain in the arse, really. Sorry, pain in the butt. Port to Portugal now, 24 degrees C. Yeah, my bum's getting cold because I'm sitting on cold metal. I'll sit on the wooden bit. You're like a kid in the middle of a divorce. Your parents are the US and UK, lol. Gotta try and please everyone, lol. Yeah, pretty much. And for those who don't know, I'm also half Canadian. So my dad was British. My dad's dead. So was British. My mum is Canadian. Her dad was Canadian, her mum was British. My mum was born in Canada, moved to the UK, and so I'm half Canadian and half British, and I'm married to an American. Maybe I should stop commenting. I am drunk, 21 degrees C in the UK. No, it's not 21 degrees right now, surely. At night time, midnight. If so, that's really hot. That's scary hot. That's oh my goodness. Ew. We got down to freezing here last night, or just above freezing. It was like nice and cool and cold. It was lovely. So it was quite nice, actually. Let's see if I just make sure I haven't missed anything. It hit freezing today. Yep. Oh, it hit 20 today. It hit 20 degrees Celsius. So that's the thing. The one thing I won't use is Fahrenheit. I hate Fahrenheit. It makes no sense to me. Degrees Celsius is fine. I grew up in the UK when we were still using both systems. So I know Fahrenheit and Celsius, roughly, but I'm so much more comfortable with Celsius than I am Fahrenheit. I tested a Smart for 2 ED. I got 80 miles from a charge, which isn't practical for me. What longer range EV would you recommend for the UK? Not keen on the lack of battery thermal management in the Leaf. Well, okay, so the new Volkswagen e-Golf is coming out. I think it may already be out. In fact, it is, because I think Johnny tested it a couple of weeks back on Fully Charged. Johnny Smith. By the way, Johnny Smith, great buddy. Him and Robert was like, yes, I'm so glad those two got together. For those who don't know, Johnny Smith's flux capacitor was actually purchased from Kate Walton Elliott, the Kate who helps me out with Transport Evolved. Not my Kate, but the other Kate. it's all complicated. So it's all kind of like the little EV world is a little bit incestuous, but there we go. The new e-Golf looks amazing. I think I probably would go for the new e-Golf. You should also try out, what else have we got coming? I would say the e-Golf is probably the one that comes to mind for the UK right now. Are you in the US on your Canadian passport? No, I'm here with the British passport. Does the Bolt come with run flats or tyre sealant kit? The Bolt has weird tyres that has goo inside the tyre, so if it gets a puncture, something punctures it, it automatically seals the tyre. Little punctures. And if you get a bigger one, obviously, then you have to get the tyre repaired professionally. But it's very interesting. I mean, I saw them when they took them off the Bolt. Self-healing, thank you. They're very expensive apparently, and I don't think they grip very well. The tyres, I mean, the summer tyres that came on the Bolt, or the all-season tyres that came on the Bolt were terrible. The thing understeers terribly. You know, if you push it at all, it understeers terribly. Doesn't grip. But the new Nokians are much better. I'll wait, obviously, until the weather gets a bit colder before I'll be able to give you a proper kind of review of those. But I like them so far. So yes, I'm in the US. I don't have a Canadian passport, but I have a British passport. I'm here on the British passport. I have a green card, which I carry everywhere because Donald Trump. That's not it. That's not it. Oop, dropping it on the floor. Here you go, proof. See? There we go. I have a green card, and it says Nicola H. Gordon Bloomfield. There you go, that's me. And a terrible photo of me as well, which I can show you without. That's all I'm going to show you with my green card. That's my green card. So I'm here legally. I'm a legal alien, but I'm not an Englishman in New York, unfortunately. I'm an English girl in Portland. Make of that what you will. So for an affordable EV, the Golf is great, says Jaden. Yeah, it is. My mind went straight to that song. You are of that age. I think if you are kind of mid to late 30s or older, your brain will automatically go. But I'm not, no. I'm not one of those. That doesn't look like a real green card. It is a real one. Fair enough. Best place to be in the US. There you go. Portland, Oregon is lovely. I lost 2 bars in my Leaf this summer. That's terrible. I lost 1 bar in our Leaf, and I think we're about to lose the second one. But interestingly, my wife has no interest in switching out her car. She's got no interest in buying a new car. She likes that Leaf. It suits her needs. She's got no interest in replacing the battery pack yet, despite it now being down to 50 or 60 miles of real-world range. That's more than enough for what she needs, because she only has to drive 10 miles into town and 10 miles back again. So, thanks for the advice. I'll take a look at the e-Golf. Plug-in hybrids, ? Well, you could look at the Golf GTE, which I think is a great plug-in hybrid as well. So there we go. Is there a battery warranty for the Leaf? Well, not for that one, because it's got more than 60,000 miles on the clock, and it's 2013, so it's out of its warranty. And even if it was in its warranty, it would need to lose 4 bars in order for it to qualify for the warranty replacement. So it's fine. It's only $5,000 to get a replacement pack, and as I said, my wife's not interested in doing that at the moment. And there's someone I know at the moment who has a 2013 Leaf that they purchased used. I'm sure they don't mind me telling you. I'm not going to tell you their name. I think they paid about $2,500 for it, maybe $2,000. For a Nissan Leaf with a completely knackered battery pack, as in it would only do 20 or 30 miles on a full charge. Completely knackered battery pack. They've just purchased a second-hand battery pack for about $2,000, and they're putting it in. They've put it in today, and they're going to get about 50 or 60 50 or 60 miles of range from a used battery pack. So it's pretty awesome. I was told by Nissan I had an open battery replacement option. They said to give early adopters in hotter climates. They said until I have 2021 and no mileage restrictions. That's pretty damn good. I used to live in Vancouver, Washington. Now I live in Colorado. They're my two favourite parts of the US. I like also. There's also the Renault Zoe with a decent range in Europe, but a little small. Have I heard of that? I have not. I'm going to have to look into something like that. Well, Kia, this person was in fact one of us. So there is actually a special little chat. So I will have to let you know that. Looks like they're putting my regular tyres back in the bag. So it looks like the Leaf is pretty much ready. So I'm going to go up and say hi, and then I'm going to go home. And then I will be done. And then I will do other things. Good morning from Australia. Hello from Australia too. Sure I didn't leave anything behind. Great chatting. Yes, indeed. Here are my other tyres. Look, they're being put in bags. They'll fit in the back of the car, and then I'll go off home and put them in the back of the car. Good night, David. Sleep well. Yep, so these are all great, and these are the Nokian EN Tyre 2.0s. So, I mean, the wear is pretty good. The front tyres are a little bit more worn than the back because we didn't rotate them because my wife didn't do that. But c'est la vie. Look, we've got the lovely. These are new Nokian Hakkapeliitta R2s on the back. The old ones on the front, and we'll switch them over in a couple of weeks when everything has calmed down and they've all broken in and everything. So that's great. I think we'll put 2 in the back and 2 on the back seat. I think that's generally the best way. Okay. They'll fit, and then I've got to find somewhere to put these 4 tyres. I've now got 8 tyres to put in the back. So here we go. Bye, Nikki. Bye. Yes, have a good one. Oh dear, we may actually have to because my wife left. We have to try and get 3 in there. We'll see. Can we get 3 in there? Awesome. Fantastic. I'm just putting the last ones on. It's ready to drive away and realise there's no tyre on there. So that's the last wheel to go on. And then we're all good. And we have to program the thing as well. I think we may have to program the tyres, which I will need my phone for, potentially, because the Leaf Spy. So I'll have to see where we go with that. But anyway, thank you for watching. Let me know what you think about the idea about having a workshop studio somewhere. I would love to do it if I could get enough people to help me raise the funds to do that. That's what I really want to do. And then I can start making more things. Program the tyre pressure management system, the TPMS. Anyway, take care, folks. Thanks for joining me. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe. Support me through Patreon. Keep evolving.